Welcome everyone today to our webcast. Our presenter is Renu Matu. Our topic today is sharing drawings between AutoCAD 2022 and the AutoCAD web app. So Renu, I'll hand things over to you.
Thank you, Corinne. So let me begin by giving a formal introduction to myself. So it's introduce myself. So I am Renu Matu, as Corinne mentioned, and I am a learning content developer with Ascent, which is a division of Brand Worldwide company. And the company provides technology solutions, training and other professional services to the engineering community. Ascent, per se, it focuses on the training and curriculum development of Autodesk software products. Personally, I have over 23 years of experience in various Autodesk products such as AutoCAD and other AutoCAD verticals, and that include like the AutoCAD electrical, AutoCAD mechanical, plan design, and so on. And I'm also experienced in Autodesk visualization software products, and that includes the Autodesk 3ds Max and Period Professional. At Ascent, I create the courseware and training materials for the Autodesk products, of course, in my field of expertise, and I also provide support for these products. So let's begin with today's topic, which is to share drawings, and this is a new feature that was introduced in AutoCAD 2022. So what it does is we share drawings electronically through a virtual link using the cloud, Autodesk cloud environment. So it's if you're on a go, or if you want to share with people who do not have AutoCAD, the desktop version of AutoCAD, you can share the link with them. And it is how to share the drawing, and they can do light editing or mark up the drawings in the AutoCAD web app. So the objectives for today's presentation, there are 4 objectives. So what we are going to do is create and share a copy of the current drawing, and then we will open and review that drawing in Autodesk AutoCAD web app, and then apply markups and make a light editing to the drawing in AutoCAD web app, and then send the drawing back to the desktop version where we can just review it and see what the feedback was, and make those changes in the actual drawing in AutoCAD desktop version. We will also, so it will also include the software demonstration. I will first go over the slides and explain what I'll be going over today, and then I will also demonstrate it in the software. And at the end, as Corinne mentioned, we'll have a Q&A session. So the shared drawing tool, what it does is it enables you to collaborate with others through a virtual link to a drawing that is hosted online. Using the share drawing command, you can share drawings containing any relevant reference files, such as we have sometimes those XREFs or the images and font file types. So all of this will be included in the drawing that you share. So when you use the share drawing tool, what it does is it creates a link to the drawing file, and then you can share that link with anybody. Or you can even save it for yourself when you want to use it. If you do not have access to the AutoCAD desktop version, sometimes you're on the go, you're on the field, you want to see what the drawing was and make markups based on that when you're on the field, so you can do that at that point in time. So you can save that link for yourself as well, or you can share it with your team members or stakeholders or whoever you want to. So, so what happens is once you share that link, and anybody or you who has the link, when you click on that link, it opens the drawing in the AutoCAD web app, where the drawing can be reviewed, marked up, and edited. And as a safety feature, what Autodesk has done is that the shared link, it automatically expires after 7 days from the day when it was created. And the share drawing tool, where it's available in the quick access toolbar, as you can see on the screen. At the top of the quick access toolbar, there is the share drawing tool, and you can also access it through the ribbon. And it's present in the collaborate tab in the share panel right here. So in the collaborate tab, it's available through that. Now, once you click on share drawing, it opens you this share a link to this drawing dialog box on the screen. So what it does is it gives you two levels of permission. So one is view only, and the other is edit and save a copy. So it's very simple. As the name specifies, view only option, what it happens is that anyone who has access to this link, to the link with the view only option, they can just view the drawing, but obviously cannot make changes to the drawing and also cannot save a copy of that drawing. So that is the view only option. And the other option is the edit and save a copy permission, which what happens is that it can, anyone who has this kind of a permission link, what they can do is they can edit the drawing and also save the drawing, and along with its all XREFs and as a copy, they can save it on their own folder or wherever they want to. So select copy link, and so what we here, what you do is you can select that copy link button, and what it does is it copies that link that it shows. So it once it creates this link, you can click on the copy link and send it to the recipient via email, or you can also send it to yourself and keep a copy of that link so that you know when you're on the go, you want to open it, you can just click on that link and open it up. So for our purposes today, you can also use the preview button. And what it does is this preview button, this directly opens the link from this desktop version of AutoCAD in the AutoCAD web app series, web app. So that's a direct way of opening it. So the preview and the copy link. So once you press send this link to somebody, or you select the preview option, what it does is it will open this Autodesk AutoCAD web app. And this web app, all it requires the person to have is an internet connection, obviously, because it's all cloud-based. And then you need to sign into the Autodesk account. Now, this Autodesk account, it's a free account, as the name specifies here. It's just a free account that you can have. It does not need to be, you need to be a subscription client or anything like that. It's just a free account. And all it does, it has your email address, and then it's like opening any account. We are used to these days opening so many accounts, and this is similar to that. So just give your email address and make a password, and that's about it. And then give minimum information about yourself, and you can have that. Anybody can have that free account. So you need to be signed into this free account to use the AutoCAD web app. So all you have to do is, and those of who already have an Autodesk account, it is the same account. You can use the same Autodesk account. You don't need to create a new one for this one. So people who are already using AutoCAD and other softwares from Autodesk, they generally have an Autodesk account. Everybody has it. So all of those people have it. So use the same account to sign in. So once you're signed into that free account, you can review and do some light editing to the shared drawing, and it's through a completely interactive AutoCAD web interface. It's just like you have AutoCAD in the software version, but it is a lighter version of AutoCAD. So let's proceed. So this is what the interface for the AutoCAD web app is. This is what you will see. So the drawing that you have shared will be seen on this, which is the drawing viewer right here. And then along with it, it has the palettes area and then also some toolbars, which can be used to make call, do some light editing or create markups or enter your comments. You can do all that. So using those tools in the toolbars. And these, the palettes can be used like it is all the information about the drawing, like how many blocks are there, what kind of layers are there, and if there are XREFs that are attached to the drawing, so on and so forth. So all that information you can get it. So now let's proceed with the first of them is the palettes bar. And so as I showed you, in the palettes bar, there are multiple palettes that are available and to help and you analyze and review the drawing. So they are like the properties, layers, blocks, XREFs, traces, and so on and so forth. So traces is something new also. Again, those of you who have already used AutoCAD and are familiar, they know properties, what the properties include, and the layers and the blocks and the XREF. This traces was added this year. It is just like an overlay on top of a trace sheet, like the trace sheet that is put on top of the drawing, and then you can create your markups or write your comments in there. On this, so it doesn't change anything in the drawing. It's just an overlay sheet on top. So once the AutoCAD designer, he gets that file back after you have reviewed and put in the markups on a tracing paper, you can just discard that trace sheet once you have done all the changes and things like that. So that is a new feature this year, and I won't be talking about it today though. So we will in the future have another webcast session where it will be all about trace, how to use it, and this feature, how to use it. It's quite a handy feature to have. And then the second one is the active view, as I showed you previously, where your drawing file shows. So it also has a quick access toolbar, which has tools like undo, redo, and then zoom extends, and also the zoom window. And it also has a tab where it shows what the current layer is. So for example, you want to change some doors, and the doors have a layer door. So you can always change it from here, make it the current layer, and make the changes in the right layer. So that's the current layer right there. So that's the active view. And then you have the different toolbars available. So 3 different toolbars, sets of tools have been put together under those 3 toolbars. And first is the draw, as you can see, and it has all the typical AutoCAD drawing commands such as rectangle, circle, arc, so on and so forth. So spline, and then this is raise and construction lines, whatever you need like for basic drawing tools, so that is available. Then you have the second toolbar that is available. When you click on annotate, you have those, you can do the quick measure, so you can measure how long the walls are, what the dimensions are, and things like that. And then you have the revision cloud. What it does is it lets you mark up the areas where you made the changes, and so you can use that also. Then the dimensions, you can put in the dimensions in there. You can apply dimensions to different walls, things like that. And you have the text tool. You can put in your comments using the text tool and the multi-leaders. So then the third one is the modify toolbar. And again, it's the basic modification editing tools are available, like the copy, like the move, mirror, scale, erase, explode, trim, extend, and so on and so forth. So you can, all of you who, I'm sure you are familiar with all those modified tools. So this is the modification toolbar, this is the draw toolbar, this is the annotate toolbar. This is all provided in the AutoCAD web app. So next is there's also a settings you can open, and the settings contain all the preferences like such as do you want the light theme or the dark theme for the AutoCAD palettes and the areas like that, or you can also have the object snaps which come in very handy to have precisely make things. You all know how handy those object snaps are, so that's available in through the settings area. And then you have the units and the navigation also through that settings area. You can use any of those. These are not the palettes. These 5 things are the like a dialog box you have in AutoCAD, because you have to press done once you have all the required settings in place. So once you're done, what you do is you open it from, open the drawing. Once you have all ready made, when you're in the Go, or your team member or your stakeholder has made all the markups and things like that, they send the link back to you, or save the link. And they don't send it back, they just save the link and save the drawing in cloud. So what you can do is you can then say open from web and mobile. That is available, that open from web and mobile tool in the quick access toolbar of our desktop version of software. And you can click on that, it opens, and then it goes on to your cloud folder, where your cloud-based folder is. And then it opens that drawing from there. So so that's how you see it on your screen, along with all the markups and the feedback that has been provided. It shows all those things, and then you can make the changes accordingly. You can review what the feedback was. You can either erase it or you can continue having it. So that is what it means. So let's get to the next, and this is the software demonstration. I will demonstrate to you how to use this tool and how to open so this is the desktop version. What you're seeing on the screen right now is the desktop version of AutoCAD 2022. It's up there, you can see that. It's Autodesk AutoCAD 2022. And I already have a drawing open in there. So what I'm going to do is, as I told you before, it's available through the quick access toolbar and also through the collaborate ribbon. You have the shared drawing. So all you do is click on the share drawing. Once you click on that, what it does is it will open the share a link to this drawing, that dialog box. And it has both the options. You can choose view only or edit and save a copy. For our purposes today, we'll do edit and save a copy. And then it already creates this link here, which is valid for only 7 days, as I mentioned before. And then it will create this link and save the drawing on the cloud. For anybody, you can send this link. And once you send this link, so here for that matter, let's go back a little bit. So once this link is created, you can use this copy link to copy this link and share it with anybody through email, or you can also send it to yourself and save it in your email, so that next time when you're on the go, you can click on it and it will open your web app. I'll show you how we can do that. Or we can also have the preview option, where I press the preview option and it will start opening the web app. So I have actually, to save time, it takes a couple of minutes or maybe a minute or so, depending on how heavy your drawing is, to open that in web app. For our purposes today, I've already done it. So let me close it and I'll show you how the web app looks. So this is what happens when I click on the preview, and this is how it opened it up here. So again, this is the AutoCAD web app now. As you can see here on the screen, there's a web autocad.com, web.autocad.com, and that's where it is hosted. And the link is right there. So the link was, because I used the preview option, it directly opened it in this AutoCAD web app. But for those of you, like if you send the link, it will still open the same thing. So here you need to be signed in. I'm already signed in today. I don't want to take the time and go through the sign in process. So it will give you a sign in and you can see my space there. So I'm already signed in too. You need to be signed in. Unless you're signed in, you cannot open the AutoCAD web app. And it's pretty easy. As I said before, you don't need to be a subscription client with them. You just have to create a free account and it will let you open this AutoCAD web app. So here are the different palettes, as I mentioned before. So the properties, it shows you the line type, used and color and all that stuff. These are the layers that are present in this in the drawing file. These are all the different layers. So for example, you want to create a bathroom somewhere and add some other bathroom features. So you can use the blocks there. It has blocks in there, so you can see there are the blocks which are already present in the drawing. They will show up for you. You can use them. Then if there was an XREF, it would have shown, but it doesn't have any XREF here, so it doesn't have that. And the trace option, as I mentioned before. And then there's list capability also, which we do not dive into. So yeah, so these are the different palettes you have. And then you have those toolbars down here, draw, annotate, and modify. As I mentioned, we'll be using some of the tools today in my demonstration. I'll be using some of the tools here to just give you a feel and taste of how to use it. And then what you can do is you can just save the link again and send it back, or you can open it yourself, because it will be open, it will be saved in your cloud version and cloud Autodesk Drive, which is the Autodesk Drive in the cloud, and then open it in your desktop. So let's start by doing some modifications. So a little bit of modifications here and there. So what we do is, we know we have different layers, but I might want to create a new layer so it creates a new layer. You have those capabilities in here, and I'll name it new markup something. So say markup, new markup, and I will give it just to differentiate, I will make it magenta. So I can do that. So this is basic layer tools are available. And then I will start drawing, making markup or drawing something in this new markup layer. But as you can see, I told you already, there is this undo, redo, and zoom in and zoom out capabilities. You also have the middle mouse button, and you can zoom in through that too, the normal way of zooming in. But to make a layer current, you can either choose it from here and say new markup. You will find the new markup and make it the current drawing, or you can double click also in through the palettes. So we already made it current, and then now you can see I will just make some changes. But before that, let me show you the settings panel too. So settings, and here you have different settings which I was showing you. So we already have the endpoint. That's what I'll be using today. And then you have the units. It's already set to architectural units. You can change the units here if you want to decimal, engineering, whatever you want, or just leave it as is, which is architectural for me today. And then you have the preferences of having the light and dark themes, and also the different other usage reporting and something else. This is for AutoCAD itself or Autodesk people. So once you're done setting your settings, you say done. And now we will start making something. So probably what I want to do is just to show you a little bit that we can do this. So we want to make a stub wall on this side of the counter. This is the kitchen, and we want to make another stub wall here. So probably what we can do is just choose the rectangle command. In the new markup thing, we will just use it to show them that we want a stub wall right here. So create a stub wall. and see, you created another wall here. And then you can use the markup tool. I'll use the markup tool like annotate and go in here and just go so that I don't fuse so create a cloud around it. So just to modify, it can be another layer. You can create another layer with another color or do whatever, like it's up to you how you want to present it. And then we will also write text. So for text, I'll click, did I click? Yes, I click text, and then I will give two, no, I don't want, and then maybe change this to 1.2. This is the text height, and I'll write draw or create a stub wall. Create a stub wall here. So once it's done, there's this check mark. You say check mark, and it's create a stub wall here. So these are the changes that I made. You can also use other modify commands. For example, you want to move something, you want to move a wall, you want to do something else, or you want to probably, you have the ducts here, you want to move the duct, HVAC duct somewhere else. So you can always do move. So in the modify, let's say move, and then, or maybe copy, whatever you want to make the changes. I'm going to use the move, say enter, and then use the space point and maybe move it further, closer to the window or center towards the window. So we can do all those changes. You have the modification, everything, you get the gist. That's what you can use it for. And then once you're done, you have to save it. Now we go into the save as and say, click on save as. And then here is my AutoCAD web and mobile. These are the folders. You can create a new folder here and then enter. I have already had sample, but I'm not going to do that today. And here I will put in the drawing file name as edition A1 or something like that, just to save it, to give it a different name, and then say save. So once it is saved, once it is saved and everything is done on the thing, we can just go back into our desktop. Once you're back in your office, if you have been using it, once you're back in your office, let me open this one. So let me, I will open, I don't know whether it has, so use the web and mobile here, open from web and mobile. Let me click on it and see if it has saved edition A1. It didn't save, it said something, it wasn't able to save it, but I have already done the edition A. I did it yesterday and saved it. So let me open that one. So actually, you know what? I'll close the edition 8, might be conflicting it. So 1 second, I will cancel this and then close this, and I'll say no, and then open from web and mobile, and then open it and say open. Oh, I didn't save the other one. So let me go back and try saving it in the desktop and see if it saves. So this is the web. Doesn't it happen when I'm showing? It's happening now. It didn't save it. It said saved actually. So let's see if it has saved it as edition A1, or let's say save again. Let's see if it saves this time around. I think it saved it, yes. So something happened previously. It's because it's all cloud-based, and sometimes my internet connection is not working as it should be. So let me open it now. So go into open from web and mobile. And that's the file that I saved just now. You can see the date, 29th of July right now, and say open. And there you go. So this is the modifications that we made. Slightly, we moved this this vent here, and we also create a stub wall here, and we put on a different layer. So all you can do is you can just go in, change that, do whatever the changes, review the changes, maybe discard them or do whatever you want to. So that's basically what this is. So let's go to the next slide. And so that was the software demonstration. And then next slide. So let's recap. So it was how to share drawings electronically through a virtual link using the Autodesk Cloud environment. And what we were able to do today is create and share a copy of the current drawing. Were able to open and review the drawing in Autodesk AutoCAD web app. And then we were also able to apply markups and edit the drawing in Autodesk AutoCAD web app, and then send the drawing back to your desktop version and do whatever you needed to do in there. Then it's the normal process again. So, so Karine, back to you.
Excellent.